You're listening to WTIM, your information station. It's time now for your expanded local news. The Taylorville Park Board held its monthly meeting for August on Monday evening at Manners Park. Recreation Director Jessica Franks spoke on an invitation from the Greater Taylorville Chamber of Commerce to host a business after-hours event. The Park District is a member of the Chamber.
So they have chamber after hours events every single month, and we're members of the chamber, and they reached out and wanted to know if we wanted to host one for next year. They're booking next year. It is a 2-hour event on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, where anybody that's a member of the chamber is invited to come. You supply snacks and different giveaways and stuff like that, but it's just supposed to be an opportunity for networking or to, you can give a presentation if you've got something going on or whatever it is that you want to do, but they're just asking if we would like to be involved in that way.
Board members agreed to aim for June of 2026, saying the summer weather would allow for the Chautauqua building at Manners Park to be used for the networking opportunity. The board voted to approve said plan. Franks also addressed the pending Janes Park project. She noted that attendees at last week's public forum support maintaining the current playground. However, the structure is around 20 years old, and this could complicate receiving approval for the grant money, which would fund said project.
And their lifespan is 20 years after that. They do want you to start replacing them. So he's worried about how that will affect us with the grant. If we're leaving a 20-plus-year-old playground out there, that's going to start messing up. So I would like to see if you guys will approve removing that one and just going with all new out there, with also the possibility of, and I've bounced it around a little, that playground being moved up to the scout cabin.
Being moved where?
Up to the scout cabin.
Boy Scout Pavilion.
That was what I was going to ask.
Is that possible?
Possible, yeah. Super feasible, not really.
The board did not formally vote on next steps regarding the playground or the overall project. Sherry Craigs, who heads the pool committee, spoke regarding the Manners Park pool construction efforts. She says the Park District is in talk with Burbatch Aquatics, the vendor with whom they had previously contracted, on the original agreement, and the talks are expected to continue.
We had a conference call with Burbach, and we discussed options with them, and we're both regrouping. I think there'll be a follow-up call. In the meantime, there's discussions about how we want to proceed, and they'll be discussed more in detail at a later date.
Because the situation with Burbatch's contract is not yet finalized, the Park District has not decided on either of their new bidders. The next regular Park Board meeting is tentatively set for Monday, September 22nd. The Christian County Sheriff's Office says a multi-agency search ended with the arrest of a wanted man Friday in Morrisonville. Deputies were called in early that morning to help the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office after the suspect fled into Christian County. A coordinated search took place throughout the day in rural Morrisonville with drones, a K-9 unit, and aerial support from Illinois State Police used to comb fields, wooded areas, and nearby homes. Residents were advised to lock their homes, vehicles, and outbuildings during said search. Around 7:30 that evening, officers received credible information the man was inside the village. With the help of Morrisonville Police, the suspect was located and later taken into custody. Authorities say the individuals were wanted for several local charges in Montgomery County and also had multiple outstanding warrants. The Sheriff's Office thanked all agencies involved for their cooperation in bringing the 15-hour search to a safe conclusion. Central A&M School District opened their doors to students for the 2025-26 academic year following back-to-school night and their teacher luncheon. The district is still working towards completing projects and adding a student mentorship program. The new year sees plenty of new faces join their staff, including 4 paraprofessionals, 10 teachers, and 2 custodians. Central A&M High School and Gregory Intermediate also saw 2 principals hired before the summer ended. Now the attention turns to a great school year start after their first full day on Wednesday, August 20th. Sasha Young, superintendent of the Central A&M School District, begins with the new crop of staff that have been brought in during the break. Young is excited to see new opportunities come from those just starting with the district.
So on Monday, we welcomed back our teachers. We have 2 new administrators, as we talked about, I think back in June, we talked about our new principals. We have 10 new teachers to our district. We brought in 4 new paraprofessionals who will help students in the classroom with some extra needs, just extra support. And we brought on 2 new custodians at our Mowequa campus. So at our back to school luncheon, we introduced all the new staff to the rest of the faculty and staff. Lunch was provided by Bill McKinney, a local insurance guy in A&M district, and Camp, who are the Central A&M promoters that help with all things sports and merchandise. So then Tuesday, we brought our kids back half a day, and it was a great day. Like, all of the kids were excited. Everyone was kind of interested in meeting new people and meeting our new staff. It does seem like we brought on a lot of new people, but with retirements and people who just make life changes and move and or just decide, maybe it's time to try something else.
Student mentorship is another item on the list that Young is striving to implement. Community members would have the opportunity to mentor a Central A&M student, providing them with a quality relationship, helping them learn and grow outside of the classroom.
Have them about once every other month, and we talk about academics, we talk about facilities, we talk about things that we think will make us a better school district. It's not always just planning a new building or planning a project. It turns into whatever the need is at the time. And it was brought up that it would be nice to bring in adults from our community to meet with some of our students who might need a mentor or might need someone in their life to help them, either just kind of listen, coach them, help them with their homework, just kind of be an extra person in their life that they can turn to. So we started talking about that. I would say it was probably like early spring, late winter, early spring. And that's kind of a project I've been working on this summer, organizing that, figuring out what that looks like. And I'm going to start making phone calls now that school's back in and we can focus on, the kids are back in, so we can focus on something else right now. I'm going to start making phone calls to people whose names have been given to me as possible mentors or coaches or, helpmates for some of our students. We're going to focus on grades 6 through 12 right now.
Central A&M High School falls within Richland Community College's district. Now the high school has offered student resources available through the Heartland Tech Academy. Young says 8 students are currently enrolled in the program, exposing them to career paths after they graduate.
So Heartland Tech through Richland gives our students and students in the area, so they work with most of the schools in Macon County. We are blessed to be a part of it because it's part of our district. If our students go to community college, Richland is our district. So we allow juniors and seniors to sign up for some trades classes or for we have an early education type program through Heartland for kids who are interested in maybe going into teaching. They can dabble in that as a junior or a senior. They have cooking classes. They have a full-on cafe that kids can work their way into working in the cafe. It's during the school day, so students would sign up for it, and they miss a chunk of the morning to do that. We bus them up there, we bring them back, and then they finish their high school traditional day after they come back. We have welding. I think there's like an apprentice for like HVAC, kind of let them dabble and see if that's a trade they want to go into. It's a really cool program for high school students to explore what their options are after high school.
Sports sponsorships are also making their way back to the Central A&M schools. Young says any local business interested in supporting their athletics can do so again, with an added perk of advertising.
So I did a little questioning and a little research of how things have been done. Tradition and historical information is important to me. So apparently at one time we would advertise businesses on like our baseball fence or our softball field fence, and that kind of fell away and nobody really knows why we've done it. But we've decided that we're going to bring that back as an option. So local companies in Central A&M School District, or even outside of Central A&M School District, if they want to sponsor our athletic teams, Raider Athletics, we will be sending information out in the mail for your donation in return for some advertising on our fields, in our gym. We have single year contract options and we have a multi-year contract option. So if you're looking to donate to athletics and public school programs, you'll be getting something in the mail.
Find out more about the Central A&M School District at camraiders.com. Sasha Young appeared as a guest on the WTIM Morning Show. This will conclude the first portion of your expanded local news, and it's brought to you by First National Bank in Taylorville.
I'm James Kirk, Vice President at First National Bank in Taylorville. I get it. Switching banks sounds like a chore, but we make it easy. I've helped people and businesses move their accounts with less hassle than they've expected and more personal service than they've ever gotten before. We've been here for nearly 70 years, a true community bank that's not going anywhere. If you're ready to make a change, we're ready to help. First National Bank in Taylorville, first every time for nearly 70 years. Member FDIC.
The new school year also means the return of school-related protocols for the Taylorville Police Department. They are working to ensure safe environments in local schools, whether through traffic enforcement, active shooter response training, and being a valuable resource for students. All of this comes amid data moving in the right direction with regards to crime incidents and drug addiction recovery. Police Chief Dwayne Wheeler says school resource officers assist with patrolling traffic at the start and end of school days. He urges drivers to slow down in school zones and to not pass school buses which have stopped, to let passengers on or off.
Him being a traffic officer, he's been advised that he needs to step up and take control of that Cherokee Street due to the fact that, we're lucky a kid has not been hit. We just want the parents to slow down, leave earlier if you have to. And if the kid's late for school, your student, he's late for school. We just don't want you to go around a school bus and smack a child. And we just been way too lucky that it hasn't happened. And I never want that to happen. There's a stop sign there that we've seen cars just go right through, and that's just unacceptable. Ryan Tapp has been instructed, basically ordered, that listen, there's zero tolerance in that area. If you go around a school bus, you're going to get a ticket. It's going to be a hefty fine, and if you blow a stop sign, you'll get a ticket.
Research published in the journal JAMA Surgery, or JAMA Surgery, in 2023 shows gun deaths are more likely in small towns than in large cities. With those findings, Chief Wheeler is taking steps to educate and prepare community members and first responders for incidents like these.
We have training coming up Wednesday, and then I have 2 more trainings coming up within the next month.
Okay.
And that is with students and staff. And also during the year, our ERT team will go into the schools. We have the blueprints of the schools, and what they do is they practice just in case of a school shooting. So we are prepared. We want to always be prepared. And if you look at just nationally, these school shootings happen in these areas. They don't happen in inner cities. You never see it happen in inner city. In the city of Chicago, downtown Chicago, you never hear of a school shooting. You never hear of a school shooting in downtown New York. It's mostly rural areas, urban areas that, especially rural, is where they happen.
Over the summer, the police department partnered with Kroger to provide school supplies for students in need. There are still some supplies available for anyone who might need them.
Well, kudos to Kroger this year. They did a fantastic job for giving school supplies away at the store. I never see nothing like that, and they do just a great job for this community. And if you are in need for school supplies, contact the police department. Get a hold of me. I'll make sure you get what you need. We don't want you to go to school without the proper, equipment. So, just give us a call. Put your pride to the side, call us, and we'll take care of you and get get your son or daughter, the things they need to have a great year.
Outside of school, the department's data shows that criminal incidents dropped in July. This includes service calls and thefts. Chief Wheeler also says their efforts to help community members recover from drug addiction are working.
So that gives us time to focus on the areas that we need to focus on, and which are narcotics. And I'll tell you one thing: with our recovery program here in Taylorville has grown so much, and it's still growing daily. And God bless all the people in recovery helping each other stay strong and stay off the drugs or alcohol. They're helping each other. They're bringing more people into us and Safe Passage. We are working so well together. It's just, Judge Paisley just recently spoke to part of the governor's staff about Safe Passage, and we're going to have a meeting with them in September. And that's going to help us out tremendously with Safe Passage. And I appreciate Judge Paisley's passion for our program.
More information on the Taylorville Police Department is available at taylorville.net/police-department. Police Chief Dwayne Wheeler appeared as a guest on the WTIM morning show. Land of Lincoln Honor Flight continues its 2025 flying season with mission number 75 on September 9th of 2025. Mission number 75 will serve 95 veterans, including 7 Korean War-era veterans, 88 Vietnam-era veterans from 65 Illinois hometowns, including Decatur, Effingham, Hillsborough, Jacksonville, Jerseyville, Litchfield, Mattoon, and more. Our September 9th veterans represent all branches of the military. These veterans and their guardians will report on September 9th to the Abraham Lincoln Capitol Airport at 4 a.m. to travel to Washington, D.C. on a chartered Sun Country 737 aircraft to visit the World War II, Korean, and Vietnam War memorials, as well as Arlington National Cemetery Tomb of the Unknown, the Lincoln Memorial, the National Air and Space Museum in Chantilly, Virginia, the U.S. Marine Corps Memorial, and the U.S. Air Force Memorial as well. This day of honor is provided at absolutely no cost to our veterans and is completely funded by donations from the general public. These 95 heroes return to the Springfield Airport at 9:30 a.m. on Tuesday, September 9th. The general public, friends, family, and LLHF alumni veterans are encouraged to pack the airport and welcome home these heroes. Greeters are encouraged to arrive early and show appreciation for and support of these veterans who sacrifice so much for our country. Parking is free, and volunteers will be in the parking area to assist guests in open spaces. A shuttle bus is available to take guests directly to the airport terminal door. Any seriously impaired or terminally ill veterans will be given flight priority. Veteran and guardian applications may be obtained at landoflincolnhonorflight.org by clicking on Applications in that tab. LLHF plans to offer one additional flight in 2025 on October 21st. Moving now to obituaries, which can be found at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com and are brought to you by Sutton Memorial Home.
This is Chad Sparks.
When a loved one passes, grieving family members and friends often are confronted with dozens of decisions about the funeral arrangements. Sutton Memorial Homes in Taylorville and Nokomis have been helping families in the area for over 55 years with these often difficult decisions. They offer pre-planning, traditional funerals, and cremation. Austin and the staff at Sutton Memorial Homes' goal is to make your family's transition easier in their time of need. Sutton Memorial Homes, where caring is what they do best.
84-year-old Sharon Grab Kleinig of Nokomis died on August 11th. Visitation is August 29th from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. at United Methodist Church of Nokomis. A celebration of life will be on August 29th at 11 a.m. at United Methodist Church of Nokomis. And 89-year-old Betty E. Allen of Taylorville died on August 15th. Visitation is September 6th from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. at McClure Funeral Home in Taylorville. Funeral service will be on September 6th at 11 a.m. at McClure Funeral Home in Taylorville. Interment will be at Oak Hill Cemetery. Cremation rights have been accorded. Funeral arrangements are being handled by McClure Funeral Home in Taylorville. Get details on these and other local news stories at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com or on WTIM, your only local news radio.